Greetings, beloved brothers and sisters. It is my joy to speak to you. It is my joy to speak through you. It is my joy to see how earnestly you desire to know yourself and to experience the peace and the love that you are. And I thank you for your commitment to that. There is so much that happens unconsciously. The province of the ego is the unconscious. And things in the unconscious can't really be changed unless they're brought to awareness. What will happen quite easily is that in the ego's thought system, you will do everything you can to minimize pain and maximize pleasure. And if you move away from pain and move towards pleasure, your life will be about finding comfort and avoiding discomfort. And on the surface, that might sound like a good idea, but it's really what keeps you from becoming who you are and realizing who you really are. It's not that I'm advocating that you dive into pain or that you become a pain seeker. It's not that. It's just that I recommend that you become a little bit suspicious when you're too comfortable. There is comfort in being around people who believe as you believe. There's comfort in being around familiar surroundings. There's comfort in eating foods that you're familiar with. And yet, your growth and your return to yourself requires that you have an opening towards things that are a little bit uncomfortable. Not disastrously uncomfortable, but just a little bit uncomfortable. And that you move into that and welcome that. If you just congregate with people who believe as you believe, who look like you, who sound like you, you'll be stunting your growth and you'll be parking yourself at the side of the road. What you really want is joy. The joy that comes from being who you really are. And joy sometimes is related to how you respond and handle pain. When you're willing to work through things that are uncomfortable, to tell the truth to yourself and to others, to allow yourself to feel what you haven't wanted to feel in a curious and interested way. So instead of being terrorized by what you fear, you become curious and interested. Those things that you fear need your love. The people that you fear need your love. They are aspects of yourself that would like to come home. They can't come home without your love. You don't need to agree. You don't need to change anyone or anything. But be on the lookout for things that make you a little bit uncomfortable and see if you can create an opening in yourself to add love to those situations and those people. So that the whole world becomes your family. And this earth is your home. Not just the parts you like, all of it. And the same is true when you look inside yourself. There are things you've done and things you've said that you'd rather not think about. But if you're willing to fearlessly look at those things, and feel what you feel, learn what you need to learn from those experiences, and love those experiences, and forgive yourself for not knowing any better. If you knew better, you'd do better. But on some level, you didn't know. And so you did what seemed like a good idea at the time. And it was probably unconscious. Forgive yourself for that, for what you didn't know when you didn't know it. Allow discomfort to come into your life in a way that it can be transformed and transmuted. Again, I'm not saying go out and wear a hair shirt so you itch all the time. You don't need to lean into it in that way. But just be open to anything that annoys you, anything that upsets you, and say, what's that about? Why does that bother me so much? What is it in myself that I cannot accept? What can I not be with? Take a deep breath and let yourself be with that. And you will transform all the things that make you uncomfortable into a wider and wider, spacious way of living, so that you can be present to a lot of things that right now you avoid. It doesn't mean you condone them. It just means that you love them and accept them and allow them to be the way they are. Trust them to come into the truth as you do, by your willingness to feel what you feel. Breathe into your discomfort and add those things unto yourself. Become a collector of all the differentiated aspects of yourself. Collect those things, love those things, incorporate those things, and welcome yourself back into the family of man. The family, the brotherhood that you are, the sisterhood that you are. Make all the people in the world your tribe, not just the ones who look like you. And you do that by confronting whatever is uncomfortable, breathing into it, noticing what you notice, letting the discomfort melt away. Sometimes the greatest feelings that you have are when you've worked through something that you've been avoiding or that's uncomfortable, and you're granted that space again. You don't have to avoid anything. It opens something up in you and it opens something up in them. Forgiveness is powerful. Be gentle with yourself and everyone else. I love you, and I'll talk with you again soon.